need you all to be very prayerful and very, very careful, because social media will turn you into a real creep. You will be lurking on people's pages, and before you know, you've been looking at their page and scroll back 158 weeks, and it's just like, girl, no. No. What's up, family? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to bring you guys another indie talk video. I have not been doing a lot of these, and I really want to get more into this. I am not the #1 independent gospel artist in life, but I have learned a few things along the way that I would love to share with you all, just in case it can help you guys on your journey. You know, each one teach one. This is what we do. Well, today I'm coming to you guys with 5 things that every independent gospel artist should start doing if they're not already doing. All right. Now, like I said before, I am not the #1 independent gospel artist in life, but like I said, you know, I just want to allow you guys to learn from some of the mistakes that I made, and if you don't have to go through that stuff, then God bless you. So if I can be of any assistance, then, you know, I've done my job. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. #1, pray and fast specifically about the music ministry that God has given you. Now, I know you're probably like, girl, we do this anyway, but you'd be surprised. This is the music business industry, gospel or not, is a very, what's the word? It's a very shallow industry. And you can get caught up and lost in the sauce very quickly about what you're wearing and who knows who and this and that. And you really need to be focused on the ministry part of it if that's what God has called you to do, and if that's what you're proclaiming that God has called you to do. So really be prayerful, specifically about the music ministry that God has called you into. You need to be really specific in prayer about which moves to make, which songs to sing, how you should look, because I find it very hard to believe that you are a minister of God for God's people and you never ever talk to him about his people. To me, that's just off, and you might as well do another genre of music, because, I mean, what you doing? #2, you should be reading and researching everything that you can find about the gospel music industry. Let me just make this clear. The music industry is the music industry. When you get to the business side of things, there is no such thing as a gospel way to do it or a believer of Christ way to do it or whatever, and a non-believer in Christ way to do business. Business is business all across the board. It does not matter if you go to the same church with people. People can and will snake you over some money. That's just all there is to it. At the end of the day, yes, this is ministry, but this is a ministry where you have to take care of business, and that's just what it is. And you want to be as knowledgeable as you can about your field. So find books, any type of literature, invest if you need to in some type of seminars or classes or whatever have you. Be careful with that and exercise wisdom with that, though, because everybody is claiming to teach you about the music industry, but they never really give you the tools that you need for your specific journey. So definitely, like I said before, be praying and be fasting, but you want to get some wisdom, some knowledge, and some understanding about this business that you are in or that you're about to partake in. So, you know, speaking to an attorney, all of those things are vital and necessary. You want to be wise in all it is that you do, and if God has called you to something, he'll bring you through it. He'll point you to the doors to go through and to the people and the avenues to go to, but you need to be prayerful and have your ears to God's lips and hear what thus saith the Lord. So that is with the spiritual side of things as well as the business side of things. So you definitely want to get yourself educated on this business that you're entering. There's nothing wrong with picking up a book. If you can't go to college for music business, pick up a book. Go to Barnes and Nobles, Google it. I have a couple of books that I have in mind, and I'll definitely put them in the description bar below. But yeah, educate yourself. Self-education is the best education. There's no excuse not to read. So pick up a book, ask questions. Don't feel ashamed to ask questions, because I am the question queen, honey. First time I went to the studio, I had a notepad with like 15 million different questions. You can ask my producer, but he respected me for that because I wanted to know fully what I was getting myself into. So educate yourself, and just continue to educate yourself. You never stop learning in this business, okay? #3, copyright your music. For whatever reason, I know a lot of independent gospel artists do not do this. This definitely goes hand in hand with the last thing I just said, which is get yourself educated, read and research about this industry. And one of the major things, if you are a songwriter, is getting your music copywritten. That means you own it, it is yours, you created it. I do not know why so many independent gospel artists in 2016 are not copywriting their music. I don't understand, but I'm concerned, so I'm addressing it. Please get your music copywritten. Someone can and they will steal it. And you want to be covered. You want to be covered by the law. You want to know your rights. Continue to educate yourself. The link to the online copyright office will be below, because I definitely want to help y'all with that as well. Just get it done. It is very cheap. I want to say it's not even $40, and you can do all the work online, fill out all the forms online, submit your music, submit your payment, and that's it, girl. Just do that. Just save yourself that headache and just do that. Just do it. Number 4, learn proper media training. A little bit of a disadvantage that us independent gospel artists have. We do not have the workings and the mechanics of a huge machine, aka a record label, behind us. So a lot of these little intricate things we have to get and learn on our own. As a kid, I knew that I was going to be a singer all my life. It's something that I aspired to do. It was a dream of mine. So I just instinctually, I guess the Lord was just preparing me. I would study people. I studied people in their interviews, and I watched them intensely, and I watched their mannerisms, how they spoke. So even though you don't have an A&R, educate yourself once again. Watch people's interviews, listen to a motivational speaker, just watch how they carry themselves, news anchors, what they look like, how they respond, how they answer questions. This is something so pivotal. We live in a social media age, and you need to know how to conduct yourself with the media. Okay, this is vital. There's been too many times where I've heard radio interviews where people are interviewing and they do not ever answer the question. They kind of go around in circles, and that's unfortunate. You will always want to present yourself as professional. You want to present your best foot forward. So definitely educate yourself on how to conduct yourself with the media. That's the written, that's the videos, that's all of it. So, you know, definitely educate yourself. As a whole, educate yourself. And number 5, last but not least, you need to grow your following. Once again, we do not have the machine that is a record label behind us with all the finances, but thank God for social media. Social media is good for some things, honey. It's good for some things. Do everything that you can on your social media to grow a following. Definitely be integrous about it, but use social media to your advantage. There's so many social media outlets out there now, and a lot of times I know a lot of people that don't even watch the news anymore. They just go on Facebook or they go Instagram, Twitter, and you know what I mean? That you have access to people that are going to buy your music. Take advantage of it. Just 2 major things that I would say about that: be integrous and be consistent. You know, make sure all of your social handles have the same name if you can, or at least something similar. Make sure you're posting content that reflects what you're trying to put out as a musician. You don't have to post out all your personal business. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, girl, use those avenues to promote your music. You don't have to beat people over the head with it, but let your social media platforms be a source where people know that they can find out everything about you in one spot, or at least get the link to the one spot. Okay, so that is all I have for today. I hope that this video helps somebody. Once again, like I said, I am not the biggest and the best independent gospel artist there is around, but I wanted to help somebody that may be struggling a little bit. You may not know certain things, and if my pitfalls can help you out, then I've done my job. The links to everything that I talked about is going to be below, so feel free to expand that and take a look around. Also, I wrote a detailed post on these 5 tips, so make sure you go to my blog, lovejeniselevonne.com, and check that out as well. It will be linked below. Definitely give this video a thumbs up, comment, like, subscribe, share with everybody that you know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay focused on Jesus and keep one another in prayer. Peace.